just seen that chance that Werner missed before half time.
Told you, wank, mate.
He's awful. He's been fucking terrible.
What is happening?
He's absolutely shit the bed, hasn't he?
Well, he's come out and he has said he's admitted it. I think this morning or this afternoon or whenever that he's struggling, isn't he?
He's
a bit of shit.
He's not got used to it.
Imagine if he did come out. Imagine if he came out and was like, "Sorry, lads, I'm just shit. I don't know what you bought me for. I'm just shit."
Guess what, lads? The Bundesliga was easier.
Yeah.
I want
I'll tell you, doing worse.
We're close to it in terms of physicality. Like, the defenders over there are massive.
Yeah.
Listen.
Look at Havertz, 80 million. He can't get a sniff anyway.
No.
I mean, I was a bit wary with that one anyway.
Yeah, you were, to be fair. I beat them up.
And
you were
my opinion on it is, like, you say he's having a nightmare, like Boris Johnson's having a nightmare at the moment, do you know what I mean? Werner is just fucking abysmal. He's just awful. Couldn't
Who's better, though?
Banjo.
Him or Haller?
I thought you were going to say who's better, him or Boris Johnson.
Well, no, because no one will lose that against Boris Johnson.
But at least Boris Johnson finishes.
I don't know, mate. Like, I'm in Wales and Mark Drakeford fucking pushes him for biggest cunt, I'm telling you.
Is that an early nomination for Decade of the Week?
Oh, mate,
Yeah.
I've done the same again in Wales. Like, I went into Own Bargains before to get some food shopping, and they've said that you can't buy non-essential items again, and the only things that they've cordoned off are Christmas presents and pyjamas. What?
The thing that annoys me, though, you're already there. So what difference does it make what you buy?
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Right, you don't abuse the science. As long as you buy a substantial meal when you're at the pub, yeah, and you don't go and buy pyjamas when you're out, COVID can't touch you, mate.
Yeah.
It's a well-known fact. You can go through as many mutations as you want, baby. There can be as many strains as you like. You can find them all. As long as you don't get pyjamas and have a substantial meal.
As long as you've got a Scotch egg in front of you, you are safe.
Yeah.
I've had enough of Michael Gove going on about Scotch egg. Well, it's not a substantial meal for me. I'd probably have that as a starter. Like, the way he says starter. Why is he saying
He's
like
a
that?
dickhead.
Starter.
He's off his tits on coke, that's why. Fucking, I hate
That's
him
a
all,
ball.
mate.
Love it. Speaking of people being off the tits on coke, what's going on at Schalke? That's the only... Listen, I know it's a bit of a tangent in it to go off because we're very Premier League heavy, but I think this is a big story. There's something going on at that club because a year ago they were joint points, I think, with Borussia Dortmund, and in the space of a year, I heard a mad stat before. In the space of a year, they're about to break the Bundesliga record for most games gone in a row without a win. They're on 29 at the moment. 31's the record. And if they actually reach that record, then it'll be exactly a year against Eintracht Frankfurt. I think their 31st game would be exactly a year that they won their last Bundesliga game. That is mad.
Well, didn't they have... Who was it that was their director of football, and he proper punished them that time? What did he do to him? He got them all... It took all months' wages off everyone or something like that, didn't he, or something? And even that didn't work. So they're just fucking going downhill, aren't they?
Players low on confidence, low on happiness. What should we do to them? Take the money away from them. Yeah, that'll solve it.
Yeah. That sounds like something I know that does.
It could be worse.
Schalke for years have been a German powerhouse. Yeah, it hasn't been long ago since we saw them in Champions League. And they're just fucking bottom of the Bundesliga with 4 points from 13 games. That's worse than Sheffield United. That.
It's worse than Arsenal.
I know they were struggling for goals at one point. I think that might have been sort of towards the back end of last season. But is that still? Well, it must be if they're 29 losses or whatever it is.
They've scored 8 goals and conceded 36.
Jesus.
36 goals in 13 games. That is
Remember when they had Raul?
Statistic left. They did have Raul, mate. You're right. And Mesut Ozil.
Madness.
Really?
Yeah, they had Ozil, they had Klaas-Jan Huntelaar, Raul.
Huntelaar, he was classic. Do you know he came on for? Who was it the other day?
Ajax.
We were playing. Yeah, sorry, yeah, not us. I was watching him against Liverpool. Yeah, I thought he was well retired by now. No, it turns out 39 he is.
Yeah. Fucking well old.
Mate, when they that Venlo, like, 14,000 nil a few weeks ago, didn't he score like 2?
He came off the bench and scored 2 goals, yeah. When he won 13-0, he was on the pitch for about 10 minutes and scored 2 goals.
Ridiculous.
Do you know what? It is mad. I remember being on holiday. I think I was in France maybe or something when I was, must have been about 14, 15. And my dad, he brought him up because there was a lot of Dutch people around us and there was football on TV. I think it was actually Holland that were playing and Huntelaar came on to make his debut or something. And my dad said he'd heard of him before and said, you want to watch out for that lad, he's going to be classing. And then how long ago was that? Fuck me. But yeah, it feels like time goes quick when you remember things like that in the past.
Just looking at some of the players they've had just over the last recent years. Neuer came from there.
Yeah.
Julian Draxler, Benedict Hoover-Des, Joel Matip, Ozil, Leroy Sané was there before he went to... Like, they've had top players. They were a top club. They've been, like I said, they've been in Europe for ages. Raul, Ivan Rakitic, Goretzka. Like, they only had Goretzka a year and a half ago before he went to Bayern.
I did not know Rakitic. When was Rakitic there?
Years.
Yeah, Sevilla, Barca, Sevilla, for all I can remember.
Yeah, I'll check for you now.
Have they got any crowds? The German league, are they getting any crowds in at the minute?
Depends on the province that you're in, I think.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that's had a?
No, they're in total lockdown, aren't they? Again, they're in complete lockdown. They're worse than us.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that's had a massive effect on the way like we talk about certain teams in the Premier League need crowds?
Yeah,
do you think that's had a massive effect on Schalke?
100%. Schalke's crowd is insane. I think the stadium is one of the best ones that they've got in Germany.
It's a nice stadium.
I swear it's like 50,000, is it not?
It's a good stadium, Schalke. I remember. This is why it's so sad, because literally 10 years ago, we beat them in the semi-final, didn't we? 2009.
62,000, that stadium. And it's always booming. You can't have a club at the bottom of the Bundesliga with 62,000 seat stadium.
That's the game I always went for, that stadium. That's the game I always remember. I remember we played, I'm pretty sure it was the first leg in Germany in 2000. Yeah. It was either 2009 or 2011.
Yeah, it was 2011.
And... like, I think we were at Boswell's, Dale, if I remember rightly. And their stadium's fucking immense. And I'm sure that's when they had Raul and stuff on and co there, because he just left Real Madrid. And to go from that to I mean, could you imagine Schalke in the Bundesliga fucking 2, Bundesliga B, whatever they call it? It's just mad to think
coming back up again. I think we're the only country in the world where we've got a second division that is like as competitive as it is. I think no other like second division is as competitive as the championship. Like that division is like
I'd agree with that.
Go down there, you're like there's only if you think about it, not many clubs bounce straight back up, do they, from the championship? And Newcastle have done it, but some West Brom, did they get relegated then come straight back up again?
I don't think
maybe
so.
Or it can get a grip of you, and you can do a Wigan or a Bolton or Sunderland. So,
look at Derby.
I think Derby, God, yeah. Loads of clubs that are down there at the minute. Watford, I don't think will come back up. They're fucked at the minute. But this is it.
Aren't they like 6?
Yeah, but they sacked them. Why did they sack the manager then? Something can't be going right there.
Wait. Watford haven't sacked another manager, have they?
Yeah. They've so Troy Deeney was talking about it this morning on TalkSport, and he was saying that all the news reports were that he had been sacked because of an alleged rift between manager and captain. And Troy was like, there wasn't any rift between us. Like, that's all complete rubbish. But I don't know what had actually happened. But now they've got some like Spanish guy in called Cisco something. I can't remember his surname. But yeah, they've sacked another manager and they've got a new one in already. So it's just weird.
They're starting 5th at the moment.
So why has he been sacked then? Like, honestly, something's gone on behind the scenes there.
We said it a while ago. That why would you ever want to go there as a manager?
Yeah, shit club.
Go on, Dale.
What about West Brom?
Yeah,
as well.
My word.
You know, I mean, I'll be honest. I didn't see that coming until I think I read it that morning that it happened, and I was just like, why? I mean, I really that made no sense whatsoever. That I mean, to be fair, I think they've actually been playing probably their better football the last few weeks as well. They've managed to get a couple of decent results, put in some decent performances, especially against us and I think City as well recently. And I mean, I thought their aim was probably to survive relegation. I mean, is Big Sam going to do that?
The thing is, that's good Christmas top. That I tried to find mine, but then realised even if I did find it, I was not fitting into it anyway. So that
nice to see you, Josh. You're looking healthy.
Hey. Which is funny because you've got COVID.
Yeah, for all our listeners that don't know, well, no one would know. Why would they? We've not told anyone. Josh has succumbed to the coronavirus, but he's all right, as you can see, on the ales probably at some point. Not at the moment, but
hasn't got any in, has he? That's the only excuse.
Yeah, not allowed to go to the shop, so we'll let him off.
COVID-19, it's still got fucking 5 more points than Arsenal. Wait.
While we're here, mate, explain this percentage thing to me because I've avoided it all day to hate.
Wait, I've got it here. Oh man, this is outrageous, right? So this is what he has said, word for word.
Oh, I think I've read about this.
Oh mate, this is fucking blindness. Arteta said, "Last year we won the game against Everton with a 25% chance of winning. You win 3-2. Last weekend, it was a 67% chance of winning any Premier League game in history and a 9% chance of losing, and you lose. 3% against Burnley, and you lose. 7% against Spurs, and you lose. There's something else apart from that. It's not just a performance on the pitch. It's something else that needs to go our way, and at the moment it doesn't. Saying that, it doesn't care because you lose, and the only thing that cares is that you lose a football match, and this is what we hear." What the fuck are you going on about? Please, someone explain that to me, what that means.
I'm gonna send you boys a video later because I don't think you'll ever see it. But if any listeners are wrestling fans, all I'm gonna say is Scott Steiner, and anyone that's a wrestling fan will fucking understand what I'm talking about there.
He was trending today on Twitter, wasn't he?
It'll be because of that Arteta thing, 100%.
Right. So yeah, I think that he's got those percentages from betting odds. I think that's the only way I can imagine that he's got those percentages. That he's got them from what the betting odds were at that time. But even then, what betting odds would give you a 7% chance of losing?
Who's putting in Arsenal as a 25% chance against Everton?
I gave him 25%.
I want to know it's more.
Tell me, Mikel Arteta is not going on Coral before the game and going 7% today. This isn't looking great.
Get his spreadsheet out.
Wait, he's saying that it's a 7% chance of winning any game this season. So every team's going in 93% chance of losing every game.
Bollocks.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is he on about?
Is he trying to be like Mourinho? Is he trying to chat shit and confuse everybody like Mourinho does?
Oh my God. Like, I'm nominating Mourinho as my dick of the week later when we talk about it, but I might put Arteta in just for that fucking statement. That is horrific.
He may be trying to deflect the attention away from his team, but the thing he wants to be doing at the minute is deflect the attention onto his team because he's next in line to be sacked. Like, he doesn't want to be bringing any attention to himself at the minute. I don't know how he's still got a job. If he gets knocked out of the Carabao by City tomorrow, he's gone. It has to be.
He's going to get knocked out.
Yeah, they are.
They're gone.
I was to TalkSport on the way home the other day. It was when Arsenal were playing, when you were playing your boys, and Danny Mills was doing the commentary with Sam Matterface, and they were talking about whether he should be gone or not. And Sam Matterface was like, no, I still think he needs more time. He's won 2 pieces of silverware. And Danny Mills was literally like, no, he's not. Like, you can't count the Charity Shield as a piece of silverware. He got lucky in the FA Cup. He's had the time. Said it's over. I was sat in the car like, yes, Danny Mills, you fucking get it.
Yeah, it's just him and Chris Wilder, I think, are the 2 most under fire at the minute. I'm not too sure about Fulham.
No, I don't think Scott Parker needs to be.
Scott Parker, I think they're kind of where the board probably expects them to be. Yeah. West Brom are just mental. They've played the Sam Allardyce card, which someone will always do it. Yeah. And then you've got... The thing is with Chris Wilder is he's a club legend because of what he's done for them. Like, he took over when they were in League One, didn't he?
Yeah.
And brought them up. Now, and do you know what? People were getting proper pissed off the other day when Adrian Durham was saying this, but basically, what the Sheffield board are basically saying is if they stick with Wilder now, they're accepting relegation. And they're accepting just let him have another go at the Championship next year. Because that's the only thing that it can mean. Because they're not going to turn it around now. And I think that if they were to sack him and try and get someone else in, then their aim there is clearly try and stay in the Premier League. But they're thinking we can't do that to a club legend. So they're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. And he's not going to walk away, is he? Because he's not really going to get a job anywhere else, I don't think. He's perfect for Sheffield because he's a Sheffield man. But at the same time, they must be preparing for life in the Championship again already. Have to be. Because they're so far behind.
You could get the greatest manager in the world, Jurgen Klopp, in charge. And he's not going to save them from relegation. So he's got nothing to lose, has he? Like, they're just down. No. Like, you're not going to recover from that. And even if they saw the game out against Brighton the other day, which was, I mean, that was a tremendous performance by Sheffield United, I thought. The heart they showed with the fact they've got 1 point after 13 games, I think it was at that stage. But it's too late. Too late.
But they don't... The problem with that game was they don't need players like what's his face getting sent off for stupid challenges like that. Like, it was a 50-50 that he was never going to win. So why is he throwing his boot in? Like, it's thing, and he'll be banned now for 2-3 games.
Listen, I don't know. Like, I feel like sometimes with VAR they slow these challenges down. It's always going to look bad when you slow it down. It's always going to look bad.
I said red the second I saw it happen. I did, honestly. I was like, that's a red card.
I'll be honest, guys. I've not seen it because I didn't want to watch Brighton versus Sheffield.
I don't know why I had it on, but I did.
I was working. Making choice.
Yeah, it looked a red to me.
The thing is with Sheffield is, would another manager come in and do a better job with them players? Or you better stick in with the manager and hope it changes? I think we're all in agreement now that the damage is done.
Yeah.
The last 2 games, the last 2 performances, what more can they expect? They nearly got a win against Brighton. Yep. They've doubled their points. And they gave you a good run for your money. They must have had you nervous at the end when it went 3-2. I'd have been nervous.
Yeah.
And especially at the start of the game when they went 1-0 up. I know I called it, but we won't go into that. I was expecting you to roll them over at 1-0 down. But they showed fight. Once again, they showed fight against Brighton. Can they continue to show fight for the rest of the year? Under him, yes. Under a new manager. It's a reset button. What a waste of time that would be.
Do you know what I think as well? Like, I know you just noted on it there where we were worried and you thought we'd have rolled them over. And I can't believe I'm about to say this after we just put 6 past Leeds. But I think there's a serious complacency issue at United at the moment.
Yeah.
Because that should have been 10 minimum against Leeds.
Yeah,
It's Martial.
Yeah.
He's the laziest looking player I've ever seen. Like, he's too calm. So it's like he's too like. I want him to be on edge. I want him to think that when he gets a chance, it could be the last chance he ever has to score. That's what I want to see from him. But he just does it too lackadaisically. Like when he got through on goal the other day and he just put it like almost straight at the goalkeeper. I'm like, you could have put that 3 or 4 foot wider. Like the amount of space that he had, and the other one he missed, it was exactly the same, and it just doesn't look
the extra touch.
Yeah.
Brilliant first touch to make the space.
Yeah.
Why are you taking another touch? Just fucking bang it. And that's
it. He does the hard bit.
He's
first.
not a natural finisher. Because a natural finisher, it's that second time.
He's not a natural finisher because he's not a natural number 9. No. He's a winger.
No. For all the slating that we do of Roberto Firmino and stuff, I know I'd rather have my team at the moment.
I mean, I wouldn't go that fucking far, mate. I wouldn't go that far, mate.
Martial scored 1 goal this season, mate. 1 goal.
Martial's not having a great season. I think we know that. He's just not having a good season at all. He struggled to pick up any form. He missed games because of that fucking silly sending off against Spurs. And he's just not recovered since.
He's got an attitude problem.
Yeah, something seems to be off at the moment, but I don't know what it is with Martial because he's one of those players where as soon as he bags another goal, he'll go on a run. But we can't be having that. Like it's all too familiar for where United are at the moment. Like we'll smash Leeds, and then the next game that we've got against Everton, we're probably gonna have a subpar performance and get fucking knocked out of the cup. Do you know what I mean? It's just too all over the place. It's too eccentric for my liking. There's got to be a consistency. And this is the opportunity now for Ole. Like we've got a tough run coming up because we've got a cup game against Everton, and then in the league, it's not looking pretty there. We've got some tough fixtures coming up, and if we can just get
we've got Leicester on Saturday.
Exactly, if we can get a run of wins going, especially at home, if we can sort the home form out, because away, there's no one better. There's no one in the league better than us away from home. No one.
No one's
10 straight wins.
There's better in world football away from home. Never mind in the league.
No.
We're the best team in world football away from Old Trafford.
We're unreal.
It's mad. It's pretty mad. And to be honest with you, like I'm a little bit like, the Carabao Cup is a trophy, but would it be arsed if we rested a load of players and played a second-rate team against Everton? Not really. Everton.
I feel the same. I honestly feel the same as you, Lee.
I'd rather concentrate on Leicester.
Yeah. I'd rather rest up against you and field a full strength side against Sheffield United and pace them 5-0.
Yeah.
That's what I want Everton to do. Focus on the league. We've got 3 wins on the bounce, and now we're coming up against a team where we're going to get complacent and probably think, oh well, we've beaten Chelsea, we've beaten Leicester, we've just done Arsenal. Sheffield United are struggling. They'll go and fucking get the first win of the season against us, probably. That's what I'm
reminds me of that meme. That meme where it's that person walking, has got the Everton crest over his face. It is Everton.
Everton again, another weird team where you've stormed the season. I remember saying the other week that you've only picked up 4 points out of 5 games.
Yeah.
That storm of the season, and now you're back in. Well, you're 4th now because of our goal difference, but we're level on points.
Yep.
What a turnaround again.
I'm much happier with how things are going at the moment, of course. But I'm worried about that game against Sheffield United because they've, Brighton aren't an easy team. United, that 3-2, that's for them, that's a cracking result. That they've shown a lot of fight there. And if they bring that to us, knowing what we're like against teams that bring a bit of fight against us, could be a tough game for us. I just don't want them getting, like they did at the start of the season, getting ahead of themselves.
Yeah,
that's what we're at risk of. If we can batter them and get 4 on the bounce, then I feel much more comfortable.
Yeah,
it's just because the last 3 games have been against what I would deem to be big clubs. I know Arsenal are struggling, but they're still a big club. Leicester obviously flying this year, probably should be doing better. They're just too inconsistent. And then Chelsea, I don't know how we beat them. I do not know how we beat them.
Fans being back in the stadium was a massive help.
The thing is, going back to what you were saying about this like precarious position that United are in with the strikers and players like Martial not scoring. Like the thing that also surprised me about the result against Leeds was that Rashford didn't score either. And he had a couple of opportunities, but he does really well to create space for himself, but then pulls the trigger at the wrong point, or he tries too hard to create even more space, where rather than just taking the instinct or just having a shot in the off chance he might get it on target or something. So I reckon that against maybe, I don't know, Everton midweek, we try out maybe dropping Rashford and Martial and play Mata, Greenwood, Cavani or something like that as a front three, and just giving them a bit of a rest, or potentially even, I don't know, maybe even mixing it up for the game against Leicester on Saturday, which is going to be interesting because Brendan Rodgers sets his team up really, really well. And we're going to need to break them down a little bit more. The best thing about playing Leeds, and a lot of people have said the same thing, Leeds were the perfect team for Man United to play because they go all gung-ho and they just leave themselves exposed at the back and they don't have anyone that defends properly. And then we just absolutely tore him apart. Scott McTominay had the best game I've ever seen him play in a United shirt against Leeds. It was mad. What weird.
I'm not worried about Leicester.
I'm not.
I'm really not.
I don't know.
We are going to set up to counter Leicester, and we are going to give them the ball. And Leicester, you've seen it all season, the times where they struggle is when they are supposed to be the dominant team and they have to try and break teams down. And all they're going to do is they're going to huff and they're going to puff and we're going to break on him. I don't think, I know I'm biased, maybe Liverpool. Apart from that, I don't think there's a better counter-attacking side in the world than us.
They've got their home form's a bit naff. Maybe you look at they get beaten against, was it Fulham the other week?
Yeah,
they got beat against West Ham. Went there and did a job. I mean, Everton's gone there and done a job recently.
Yeah.
Their home form, shite. Our away form, outstanding. That means incoming Leicester 3-0 win, though, doesn't it?
I knew it. I knew he was going to say it.
Vardy masterclass.
Yeah.
And he will as well.
Jesse Lingard scored against Leicester last season.
Yeah. Counter argument incoming.
Where is Lingard? He's not even in the squads.
Not playing.
I don't know and I don't care.
He's exactly where he needs to be. That's all that matters.
I've heard is Finch Farm preparing for his move to Everton.
He's gone in. He's got to be. I mean, he's not playing. He's got to be sold in January. Surely he's going.
I think he'll be loaned out.
Yeah. He could go to Newcastle or something.
I think Newcastle would be a great move for him.
And Jones and Rojo.
No, don't loan them. Sell them.
Yeah, just get rid straight away.
Release them. Just cut ties. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, hasn't Phil Jones got another 7 years on a contract or something?
Probably.
Someone gave him.
He's got another 7-year injury.
Dropped his name in somewhere.
He's injured again. He's out for 2 seasons now or something. I heard the other day.
It sounded like a 15-year contract when Fergie signed him.
What a disaster of a player, and what a disaster of a career, really. Considering Fergie said he could possibly be one of the best players he's had, and that put the kiss of death in him, really, didn't it?
You know what? When he started and when he came through with Blackburn, it really looked like Fergie knew what he was talking about. He was phenomenal. And do you know what? He's had some brilliant performances for United as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's had some good.
But his injuries causing him to be in and out of the team have caused his inconsistencies, which has been the biggest. And he's just turned into a meme now, which is hilarious.
I was just going to say that Phil Jones is to football and memes what Bo Selector was to Craig David.
What a reference.
It ruined his career. And then until he did a comeback. And Phil Jones has had the same treatment because he pulls funny faces when he tries to head the ball while it's on the floor.
Fucking hell.
I'm still trying to figure that one out.
That is pure. That is pure yoga. That because that is a real stretch, mate. That is a fucking real stretch.
I've been very, very stressed recently. That was the best I could do.
I think Phil Jones is a mental thing. I think the ability has always been there, but I think just like a lot of other players, you come to a big team, and you've got to be able to mentally cut it as well. And I think the pressure can get to a lot of people. You see it all the time, don't you? Yeah.
I think the merry-go-round of centre-backs we had at the time as well didn't help him.
Yeah.
Like, he never had a stable partnership. Like, he had Smalling, they had Evans, then he would drop because he was injured, so then it'd be Smalling and Evans together. I think Vidic was just about around at the time still. But he was at the end of his career before he moved to Inter Milan. So he's not been helped by that. And then even now, started partnerships with Rojo, looked half decent for a bit, injuries came in. Then it was Bailly, injuries again. He's just never really... I don't think he's had a season where he's played more than 20 games. And then he was moved to right back as well a lot as well.
Oh, mate, don't. He doesn't want his testimonial because he was worried that like everyone was just going to take the piss out of him, all the fans, wasn't he? Do it now. There's no fans. Perfect time.
Oh, bless him. I do feel bad for him.
I feel awful. You're not going to boo him at a testimonial. He's been, no. Regardless of performances, he's been at the club for 10 years over. Like, he deserves
a Premier League medal.
He's got more than Steven Gerrard. I'll never ever not reference that.
No.
When he wins the Scottish Premier League, do you reckon he'll parade it round as if he's won one?
I was thinking that. Yeah. I was thinking to myself, that's his main ambition in life.
Premier League medal.
I am a Premier League winner. Not a Premier League.
I'm not sure.
Poundland version.
I'm not sure Rangers are going to win the league,
No.
Because...
here we go. Go on.
No, because aren't they I think they're 9 points clear or something, aren't they?
Yeah.
Haven't they? Because Celtic and Rangers face each other 17 times a season, don't they? So Celtic, I think, can cut it down there. And then...
They've got to play them home and away yet.
Yeah.
So there's 6 points.
Rangers have apparently been a bit funny recently.
Have you seen Celtic recently?
I was about to say, Rangers are on 50 points. Celtic are on 34.
16 points.
Have they got 2 games in hand as well?
They have got 3 games in hand, but Celtic are awful.
3 games in hand? Fucking hey, Scottish League, play the games at the same time, eh? Fucking hell.
How have they ended up 3 games behind? What are they doing?
Cup final on Sunday. Cup final, it's December.
That's because there's only about 7 teams that play in the competition, so... Fucking hell. Wait, so hang on a minute. So the 16 points behind. 16. They win the 3 games in hand. That's only 7 points behind.
Yeah.
Then they play them twice.
They've already played them once.
Oh, okay.
No, don't they play each other 4 times a season? I'm not imagining that, am I?
They've got each other first after the new year.
Yeah.
They've got each other when?
2nd of January.
Yeah, it's right after the new year, and then they've got
for March
season. Yeah,
they've got each other another 2 times.
Do you remember when some genius scheduled them to play against each other on New Year's Eve? Was that last year? I think that was last year. Because they call it hominy, don't they?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
I love an old firm. As much as we slate the Scottish football and it is diluted compared to what it used to be, I still enjoy watching an old firm.
I've never watched one.
Oh, mate, they're great entertainment. They are great entertainment.
Yeah. It's Ipswich for me.
Mate, if I can see Scott Brown against the team that he hates the most, I'm all for it.
Yeah, that's true. Lee Griffiths is another one.
Lee Griffiths is one ugly bastard.
He's a right little bastard
as well. He's both well tiny.
You know who used to be a proper little Scottish prick? Kenny Miller. God. Kenny Miller. Oh my God, I bet he was a right arsehole to Mark.
Rangers have got that young lad, Ryan Kent, haven't they? Just
yes.
He's a right little rat.
Looks like a little bulldog.
Is anyone watching the game?
No.
Yeah.
No.
What on earth has just happened?
I don't know.
No, describe it, please.
Chelsea have just scored a second. hang on, you know when you see someone out the corner and you think, surely not, that didn't just happen there. So, showing the replay now, picked up in the midfield, it's Tammy Abraham who scored it. Looks like Werner's whipped it in. And then it's just gone right past Tammy Abraham. He's literally dinked it, and Fabianski's just stood there and done absolutely fuck all. That is an awful goal. What is that?
It's just how the defender was keeping everyone on side.
There's about 4 Chelsea players there.
Yeah. And
That
one West Ham player's keeping them all on side. And then he steps up after the ball's been played. I'm like, the damage has been done, mate. What are you doing?
Mate, Cresswell is looking at the camera there, pulling his socks up, and he's just looked up at and you can tell he's thinking, I am a dickhead.
West Ham were getting back into it as well.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
They were before that.
That couldn't have been worse timing.
They scored again.
Yeah, it's 3.
Must be behind.
My phone literally vibrated as you said, no, they're not. Oh, there it is.
West Ham are getting back into it. Bang.
Mate. The defending here is awful. What is going on? It's about to happen now, isn't it? Yeah, 3-0. That is... Tammy Abraham again. If you've conceded 2 to Tammy Abraham, you're having a shit game.
If you conceded 2 to Tammy Abraham, you're a championship club.
Tammy Abraham doing this to celebrate as well. I've just doubled my points, Sally.
Cresswell was thinking, I'm not pulling my socks up again. That was bad luck.
Awful. Like, to be fair to Werner, he's pretty much made that goal there with a run, but he's ran through 5 players, nothing. Not one of them. If that was, we've said it loads, haven't we? If that was me, I'm taking him out.
Oh, that's a bad goal to concede that. It's Pulisic that makes the goal, I think.
Yeah, it's good ball, isn't it?
Hey boys, I've just had a look at Boxing Day. Because I was about to ask you what we're doing on Christmas, and then I've realised probably not a lot. So I've just had a look at Boxing Day. We've got some good games, and they've all been spread out as well.
Who's on?
TV companies are treating us. So we're on against Leicester at 12:30.
Oh, excellent start. Excellent.
Ooh, nice.
Start.
Right. You can then get pissed for the 3:00 games because it's Villa Palace or Fulham Southampton. So that is time for leftover Christmas dinner and ale.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ready for the 5:30 Arsenal versus Chelsea.
Oh, excellent.
Oh, lovely.
And then you can continue it with either City and Newcastle or Sheffield and Everton.
Oh, wow. City it is.
Merry fucking Christmas.
City, another 5-0 win.
Yeah.
Aguero, missed most of the season, comes on, gets 4.
Yeah.
Oh, man, he had such a torrid season. Tell you, he does have a torrid season. Gareth Bale.
Yeah, right. So you all laughed at me at the start of the season because you were saying about how you definitely want Gareth Bale at the club, and I was saying, no, he's past it, he's shit. And now he's gone to Spurs, and he's been exactly how I said he would be.
I mean,
and I fully remember that conversation.
I remember it as well. I'm going to counter. He doesn't fucking start.
Well, no, but when he does come on, he doesn't do anything. He did it against Leicester this weekend. I really wanted him to do well. I did honestly really want him to do well, but I just honestly couldn't see it happening. And he's just not done anything. Plus, he would have had to have shown it in training to get on the pitch. So,
bollocks, mate! You didn't want him to fucking do well. This is the most you've gloated since Arsenal did Chelsea 2-1 in the final. It's a romance of the cup,
which is still never brought up on the podcast.
I know when to play my cards.
Brilliant.
When he's had a nightmare at work and he's been overstressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And make a Bo Selector reference.
You're right. Like he's not. He mustn't be doing anything in training or the Europa League when he plays as well, because he's not doing anything in the Europa League.
No.
Playing golf. He's just playing golf, isn't he?
I guess 2 years, 3 years of just playing golf in the sun, you kind of lose your edge, don't you?
He's not sharp, is he?
No, he's still Still scoring worldies against Liverpool in Champions League finals whilst playing golf.
That was class. I'll never forget. That's my favourite moment of his.
Do you reckon he might get a chance in the next few weeks or so with obviously the run of fixtures and how close they'll all, be together? The games that are coming up and stuff. You reckon he'll get a chance to actually start a game and maybe show something that we've not seen yet?
Yeah, I think so. I hope so.
Yeah.
It's Gareth Bale. He's one of the best players we've had in our generation for years. Like, the guy was outstanding. There's a reason why Madrid paid so much for him. Like you said, Lee, that goal in the Champions League, one of the best goals I think we've ever seen. Easily top 3 Champions League goals of all time.
Oh yeah, I think it's
definitely top Champions League final goal. Maybe second to Zidane's against Leverkusen. The guy has been such a massive part of our last 10 years. Of course, I want to see him do well. Fucking Gareth Bale.
Yeah.
I think the depth of Tottenham's squad as well. I think he has basically got two sets of 11, hasn't he? I mean, he's got his Premier League 11, and he's got his midweek cup sort of 11.
He's got his Premier League 11, and he's got his Ludogorets 11. Fucking hell.
Who've we drawn, by the way, in the Europa? Sociedad. Oh, fuck's sake. That's not an easy game.
No, it's not.
No.
Can't be bothered. Just give it Arsenal.
No,
Inter aren't in it.
Anything.
Between them and Everton, we're not seeing any cup football for a while. It's going to be Premier League, strictly.
Don't bring us into it.
I'm saying you're going to win. I'm saying you're going to win. Everton will paste us in the cup. I'm telling you, you'll beat us. I reckon it'll be like 2. I just don't think.
No. So here's one for you then. So one thing that everyone slates Newcastle and their fans for is that they think they're sort of in a place where they don't deserve to be, or they think they deserve to be higher than they are. And one of the things that the fans always argue is, no, we're not like that. We don't expect to be challenging for the league or anything. We just want some sort of ambition and at least a cup run. So this week they've got Brentford away in the quarterfinal of the Carabao. That's a decent opportunity for Newcastle, that is. And I would fully expect them to be putting their first team out in that game. They're not really that close to relegation just yet. They're about 12th, 13th, I think, above Leeds. And I just think that this is now a really good opportunity. Brentford will really fancy it because they'll see themselves as possibly as good as Newcastle. And players like Alan Saint-Maximin and one of the other players is feeling the long-term effects of COVID, apparently. So they're still out. So Brentford will really find this as their opportunity to get into the semi-final of a cup competition as well. But surely this is the moment for a Newcastle team that have wanted something like a bit of cup success for a long time. This is the best opportunity in a while, I think.
I'm throwing this out there right now. Newcastle, I'll leave the cup tomorrow. I think Brentford will beat them.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right.
But I just think they're not. I don't think Newcastle are good enough. I think Brentford are flying high in the Championship. Even Tony looks like a really, really good replacement for Ollie Watkins.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Like one of my mates is a Brentford fan, and he's just got nothing but rave reviews about him. I think Newcastle go out tomorrow.
Danny, how popular are you? Because every time we speak about any club, you have a mate who supports them. Fucking hell, man. I've got a mate who supports Havant and Waterlooville, and he says, fucking hell.
Hey, don't travel the world and not beat no one.
Listen, Brent, like that striker, man, he has just been banging him in. I can't believe they got rid of Watkins and found someone who's arguably better.
Got him from Peterborough, didn't they?
Yeah, he got him from Bosch, yeah.
It's fucking brilliant step up, that.
He's done really well. Like he just looks like he's one of those players where it looks like the shackles are off him. There's no pressure because it's a move from a lower league club, and he's just thought, well, fuck it, all right, yeah, bang him in.
And they've lost Ben Rama as well, who surprisingly hasn't really done much in the Premier League yet. I don't think he's had much of a chance at West Ham. But he was, but I think, did he get Championship Player of the Season last year? He must have been up there. I know he had an absolute stormer. Obviously, he must have done to get a move to West Ham in the first place.
Oh,
What?
fucking Werner.
Oh,
Yeah. You literally one-on-one with the goalkeeper and it blasted it against the bar.
Well, at least it went past the goalkeeper at this point.
Well, yeah, it was quite a tight angle, so it kind of went through above the goalkeeper's head. Yeah, oh, Jesus Christ, just hit the target, man.
I don't think I've been this disappointed with a signing for a long time. I had such high hopes for him this season.
Yeah, I did.
Do you know what Fabianski looked like? He saw Werner running through and didn't even bother. He was just like, "Oh, it's just fucking."
Yeah, it's bad, isn't it? Like he's so quick. You'd think get him on the shoulder of defenders and play him in, and he'll bag loads. But that's really not how Chelsea play. First of all, but secondly, he just can't finish his dinner.
that's bubble.
Yeah,
That is bubble, that though.
Maybe, but at least at the target, go across goal. Why is he trying to blast it top right corner near post?
Well, this is a subject that's like it's causing a bit of debate, especially amongst Chelsea fans and stuff at the moment. And I get, he's obviously low on confidence because he fucking lashed that. He didn't need to lash that shot. Then he could have just placed it past him. Is he being played in the wrong position? Is he being used incorrectly by Lampard? I think he is.
But where does he want to play? Is he a striker or is he a winger? Danny doesn't agree.
I think with the way Chelsea and I'm not talking about before I say this, Danny, I'm not bearing this in mind for what he did for RB Leipzig last season. I'm basing it more on the way that Chelsea play in their system. Surely you'd have a big man up top like your Abraham or your Giroud, and instead of putting him out wide, you play him just off him. And that's where I see Werner having the most success.
Yeah. The most success I saw him when he was at Leipzig was Poulsen playing up front. So you got your big man striker, and he played on left wing. That to me is his position, or it's more of an Henry case of he starts up front and then drifts out to that wide position. But all of his best work playing for Leipzig was being around that left area, drifting inside, cutting in, playing off a big man, which you are right. But I just watch him like recently, even today, like his touches, he seems to miscontrol the ball a lot.
Yeah.
Like normally when he plays for Germany and when he played for Leipzig, his dribbling was outstanding. Really good close control. Not unreal because he would overrun it a few times, but you had faith in him to do something with the ball. And every time I see him in front of goal, the one that he hit at Fabianski earlier in the first half, I knew he wasn't going to score. I just absolutely knew he wasn't going to score. In a Leipzig shirt last season, he bangs that. Like, you shit yourself if he's anywhere near the goal. But now, no, and it has to be a confidence thing because I don't care about the physicality. A striker, if he's one-on-one with the goalkeeper with no defender's challenge, that is a confidence thing.
Yeah, has to be. But Martial, he's probably another case for it at the minute. And it's mad how much mentality it kind of shows up, really, doesn't it? Like how really small amount of time you have in the Premier League, because what you would think is that lack of confidence makes you make an extra touch, or it makes you think a little bit longer about what you want to do, or it sort of reduces that instant reaction way of playing, which adds the extra couple of seconds on, or adds even a split second, which gives the defender. I saw that. Just a cat's coming from behind the curtain for everyone there.
Just a little black blob come out of nowhere.
It looked like the curtain had a shit.
You're right though. Like Aubameyang had it. I remember in the North London derby, Aubameyang got an absolute glorious chance, which could have easily just like curled in on his right, but he overthought about it and then took another touch onto his left, which brought Alderweireld back in the game. Like, it makes you admire strikers like Aguero
that just do it.
And Salah, who are in the box and just literally all they need is one touch.
Mm-hmm.
Why do it
Just
when you can just?
This is a cracking result for Chelsea, by the way. Let's not
Yeah.
skate over this. West Ham are flying at the moment by their standards.
Yeah.
This is a very good win. 3 goals, clean sheet.
bollocks. Put 3-1 on my prediction, didn't I?
I think 2-all.
1-1.
I'm not sure if I've got more than 4 points this weekend.
I've done shit, mate.
I've not updated it since the other day, but it's not going well for any of you now.
I need to do what Lee does and just get like 60 minutes into a game and then send that scoreline in. And then Liverpool banged another 3.
I know.
I know, ridiculous.
Should have waited till after the game, really, shouldn't
Can we talk about that, lads? I know it's a Scouse and we don't want to talk about it, but fuck me fire. What a performance that was. To go like Crystal Palace, I think me, you and Josh and Dale spoke about it last week. No mugs this season. You know, we all write them off, but they've been really good. Yeah. You look at Palace away and think, tough fixture, try and squeak a win, and they went there and put 7 past them.
But the mental thing is, Palace didn't even play badly.
No, I agree with you here. I know you were talking about it in the group chat yesterday. But I had to agree. I watched the first 20 minutes of the second half, and it was all Palace. Like it was strange, and they were playing some really, really good football. And then I looked at the result later on. It was 7-0, whatever it was, 7-1.
The second and third goal, the timings of them really killed it for them.
Yeah,
I think absolutely. The second one definitely. The third one was like a misery compiler. Just really, just like it was only going one way at that point.
Even the first, I mean, Minamino, to give away an early goal like that, you're facing, you're climbing them up. Listen, I don't know if you've mentioned this before, but I fucking hate Liverpool Football Club. It's tough to say anything. Complimentary about that football club. But they're just class, aren't they? You've got a mountain to climb at 0-0. But when you go 1-0 down, and they're just so devastating on the break, they really are. The second and the third were just examples of how devastating they can be.
Yeah.
And they've got a second string team at the moment. You could argue for the midfield and up front, they're fine. At the back, they're trying to piece together what they've got. And Van Dijk's always...
You know what? All the missing is Van Dijk now.
Yeah.
All the missing is Van Dijk. And Fabinho is turning out to be an absolute phenomenal player.
Yeah.
He's done it in every single position they've put him in.
They wanted him for ages, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah, and you can see why. You can see why Klopp wanted him so much. Because he fits. When he plays midfield, he bosses it. When he plays centre-back, he looks like he's played there his whole career.
Well, he's a B-Tech Rio Ferdinand, isn't he? Really, when you think about Rio Ferdinand's biggest strength was reading the game. I've just fucking written Danny off. Written Danny off. But you get my point? His vision and his ability to read the game. I bet he'd be banging at chess. He can see things like 3 or 4 moves before they fucking happen.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, that's the Christmas special I want to see.
I think I think that was a bit of a statement by Liverpool actually at the weekend.
Yeah.
Massive statement.
Well,
just a couple of weeks ago, Tottenham went there and scraped to 1-1. It looked like, Liverpool have just gone there and just I didn't watch the game, but 7-0. It looks like they've just dismantled them. But to go there and Palace arguably playing quite good football at home, and then some of the results and the performances they've got there, to then get stuffed 7-0 to a Liverpool side where we say plagued by injuries, but they seem to be getting one or two back sort of every week.
Yeah,
I think they've just put a statement out there to say, look, we're back now. We're at the top of the league and come catch us.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something a bit controversial here. So,
not a surprise.
Results like 7-0 7 goals, or even us with 6 goals, I kind of like, I don't get as impressed as many other people do with those results. And there's a good reason for it. So, I think it's a good reason.
Might just be a reason.
So, yeah. When you're more likely to go on and score 7 goals or 6 goals in a game when you're already winning by like 4 odd goals, if that makes sense. So the point I'm making is when you're already that far ahead, the defense kind of switch off more because they think this game's gone now, so we're not that bothered. And then on the winning team, everyone wants to get in on it, so everyone's attacking more. They're more relaxed. So I just feel like, while it's a great result to do it, and I think that it's actually quite surprising that more teams don't go on and win like 8, 9, 10-0 when they're already, say, 6 or 5 or 6 up, because sometimes defenses switch off and things. I think that's what happens in those games. Same with us against Leeds. Like when we went 3-0 up, like they switched off, like Leeds. Like they got back into it the second half because we made some substitutes. But other than that, I'm not waxing lyrical about 7-0s and things as much as some people are. I don't know.
I respect how much you hate Liverpool to the point where you've just gone on a rant about not being impressed by them winning 7-0. I hate them that much too. I hate them that much too.
One of them things, I don't know. Like, I get it, it's good, but it's kind of expected when you've already like 4 or 5-0 up.
So why do we never see 6-7 goals every week? That's my only answer. That's my only question.
Because they don't win 4-5-0 every week.
Why?
They don't get to 4 or 5-0. Because when, like you said it a minute ago, those 2, second and third goals came at a time that just killed Palace off. And from there, games are only going to go one way. So we did it against Leeds. Aston Villa did it against Liverpool.
Do you know where it's different from Leeds, though? But I think Leeds should change their name to Next Goal Wins FC. Like, they are just fucking... They conceded 4, right? And another disclaimer, yeah, because people might not know this. If Liverpool are 1A, Leeds are 1B, I fucking hate that football team as well.
For anyone that doesn't follow the Twitter and didn't get a chance to see Chris's wonderfully unbiased tweets during the game on Sunday, go and check them out.
I fucking hate them. But you know what? Fair fucks to them. At 4-0 down, they were literally like, let's go wins, and just bagged one. And then after half time, they had a go. Do I think we took our foot off the gas a bit in the second half? Yeah. The job was done. And I know everyone goes on about Leeds and, they're capable of scoring this, that and all the rest of it. But, I mean, me and you got a bit fired up yesterday, Danny, because I just couldn't believe some of the comments.
What a surprise.
From pundits, yeah, I know. Some of the comments from fucking Rita Ora just come on the JD advert. What a way to knock me off, me rant. But I couldn't believe some of the things that the pundits were saying, like even suggesting that Leeds had a chance of getting back into the game. It's 4-1. And they're not playing fucking West Brom or Fulham. They're playing United. I know that's fucking arrogant of me to say, but you're not going to turn over a 3-goal deficit to even get a point out of the game. I'm sorry, you're not going to do it. Not the way that you play. But fair play to them. They had a go. Scored another goal. I wasn't happy about it. Would have preferred 6-0, but...
It takes a very special team to come to Old Trafford and have the way they play. I fucking hate them, but I absolutely admire them in the same respect because, like I said, there's no chill, there's no tactics. It's fucking, we're going to go out and score. And I don't care if we concede, we'll just try and score again. If they add just 1 or 2 more bit of extra quality up front, fuck me.
That's what they're lacking, aren't they? They're not clinical enough.
No. I mean, they're also looking at the back. Like,
yeah.
You can't have that much possession and chances and concede 6. Like, I mean, the poor keeper. made some phenomenal saves, but was just getting exposed left, right, and centre.
He's a great keeper. That Leeds keeper.
I really like
yeah,
him.
Meslier.
19 years old, that lad.
Yeah.
First season in the Premier League. Fair play to him. He's had a great season so far, but he's got a shite defence in front of him. I really like Luke Ayling. I think he's the only one in that whole defence that's got something about him. But if they had a bit of a defence, and like you said, Dale, just a bit more quality up front, they would be brilliant the way they play. But it's also a knock on Bielsa that he hasn't got another way of playing. You know, we talk about top quality managers and having tactical awareness and knowing when a game needs to change. You can't play net score wins when you're 4-1 down. Like Scott McTominay, every time he received that ball yesterday, must have had about 10 yards either side of him.
Yeah.
As a central midfielder, he must have woken up this morning thinking, did that actually happen? Like, he had an absolute field day. And
Second goal.
I love Scotty, but he shouldn't have had that much time. No central midfielder should have that much time on the ball.
No.
I mean, I think I heard some, was it TalkSport this morning? I think they had a Leeds fan on, and they wanted Bielsa gone.
Yeah, I see.
They wanted Bielsa gone.
Yeah, but they get these idiots on the radio because they know that they'll get fucking traction with them on social media.
Carry on playing like they will, he'll get them relegated. I'm like, come on, lad.
He's not going to get relegated. But the thing with Leeds is, listen, and we've seen it this season. Like, this seems to be a big standout season for tactics winning games and tactical battles between managers. Now, Ollie, we were always going to win that against Leeds because they're far too open and we're devastated on the counter. But then you saw against Liverpool at the start of the season. Now, I know it was difficult first game of the season and clubs haven't had like a pre-season and all that, but I don't know why more clubs aren't catching on to the fact that your best chance of beating Liverpool is to go at them.
Yeah. People respect them too much.
Yeah, if you sit back and allow them on, they've got the quality to unlock you. Like, they're so good and they've got so many quality players with so many different skills and different skill sets and ways of playing and ways of breaking you down that you're just not going to get a result out of it. So there's going to be certain games that Leeds are going to win because the way they play just favours them. And then there's going to be other games where it doesn't. Do you know, there's going to be a ceiling.
You said that Crystal Palace played really well and attacked Liverpool when they lost 7-0.
But they lost an early goal. This one. It was a bad start. Like I said that before. If you concede early, it's a mountain to climb at 0-0. If you concede early, you have to go gung-ho. And unfortunately, there's attacking, and then there's what Palace were trying to do, which was top-heavy, trying to get it up to fucking Eze and Zaha, and just trying to push forward too much. And you're just not going to fucking get away with it. You're not going to get away with it.
No,
Watching his face squirm a bit then when you said that.
Yeah.
No, the thing, do you know what it was? You said that, and then the fucking screen went like that, and I was like, is he still there? And then I realised you moved your fucking jump, and I was like, oh, yes, come on, fair play. I'll fire off.
Just as you said it, and I was just like, here we go. My time. No, I think Leeds are never getting relegated.
No.
But,
no,
because this is a free season for them. I think Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank said it really well on Sky Sports. Free season for them this season. As long as they stay up and they play good football, for the first time ever, they've kind of got neutrals on the side. Like, everyone hates Leeds. Let's be honest. They're the one team that every club in the country has a song about. Everyone hates Leeds. But everyone this year is enjoying watching Leeds play because you know something good is going to happen. Whether it's against them or whether it's for them, you know you're going to see good attacking football. But they will not get away with that 2 seasons in a row. There's no way, if they survive this season, there is absolutely no way that they survive playing the same way next year without good investment and Bielsa learning another tactic that helps them defend a bit better.
Speaking of relegation, should we discuss the big topic? And you know where I'm going with this. Could we see Arsenal get relegated? Could it happen?
No, I don't think so. I think something will happen. They'll turn it around. Like, they'll pull some results out. There are 3 worse teams than Arsenal in the Premier League. That's all.
I assume.
Really. Like, as much as I would love nothing more, it might be a dream too far. That if we won the Premier League this year and Arsenal got relegated, then I would die a happy man. But
if they got relegated, I'd pay $9.99 a month for Arsenal Fan TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is Leicester won the league a few years ago. Ridiculous odds, right? Anything can happen. That's all I'm saying.
Do you know what? Arteta before that, even close.
Do you know what? I had a guy on Talksport the other day when Gabriel Gonzalo was doing his phone-in show late at night, saying that he'd bring in Pochettino. Pochettino ain't going to Arsenal.
No,
he's not going to Arsenal. He's not.
That's like me saying, "Oh yeah, I'll just bring myself in a Mercedes C63."
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Lee. Like, the only thing that saves Arsenal is there are definitely 3 teams that are just way worse than them.
Yeah.
And Burnley have started to piece it together now as well. I don't know if there's any of you caught that Burnley Wolves game earlier, but Burnley were brilliant.
Right.
Like the Burnley that we've seen for the last few seasons. Yeah, I think Sean Dyche just needs a lot of credit for that as well, because he had a really rocky end to last season, falling outs with the boards, players not getting new contracts, and it's definitely hit them at the start of this season. But now they just seem to be, just getting there again. A good win against Arsenal, building up the confidence. Good win against Wolves, who've been high flying. Like, it's
not sexy.
They'll be fine. No, they're not. No, but they're efficient. They're efficient.
They're like the herpes virus, aren't they? Like, you get a cold sore, and that's Burnley. That's Burnley doing well and going up the table. And then he goes away, and you forget all about it. You forget it's there, and you just think, like, oh, it's gone now. There's just no way that's coming back. And then all of a sudden, 2 wins in a row. Oh, the cold sore's back. Now the 16. And you get used
to strain of that.
We're just never, ever going to fucking get rid of him.
Maybe they're COVID.
Wow.
That was worse than Craig. I heard myself say it, and that was worse than Craig David.
Yeah.
You've got some. You're never going to have all W's, though, are you? You're never going to have all W's. Right. Got to try a few out. You get a few L's. It happens.
Me and you in the Gulag, Lee. I believe you've been here before.
It's my fucking second home, mate. Do you know what? It's funny though. Like, to go back to what you were saying about Arsenal Fan TV, I was thinking about this while I was driving to work the other day. I was thinking it's a really weird position for those Arsenal fans, because they're sat there on a channel because they're Arsenal fans. So inherently, they want the team to do well. But because Arsenal don't do well, they've made it big and it's made them rich.
Yeah.
So they're making money out of the fact that the thing that they love most is shit. It's like betting on your team to lose and winning, or betting on Liverpool to win and winning. Like, shit for you, but you're making money off it, so it's kind of all right. But I always think this, like, they're making money because the team's shit. That's the, because if I was thinking, imagine if it was the other way around. If Arsenal won the league, if they won the Champions League, they were as high as Liverpool were. No one would know who they were, because only Arsenal fans would want to watch Arsenal Fan TV, and then no one's asked.
Yeah, no one's tuning in to see DT celebrating winning the league.
Exactly. But I want to see him all losing his head, and that fellow sat in the corner with his headphones on still. He won't take them off. Take them off. It really annoys me, that does.
Voldemort.
Yeah.
The ball fella at the back. He's the best, 100%.
He's so angry, like, he shakes, doesn't it? And he's like, "It's a fucking football club, you fucking cat." Oh, it's like, fucking hell.
It's that cunt again. Little cunt again.
I tell you what, lad. I'm going to put this in now, and I think you'll all agree with me. There's absolutely no chance that Arsenal finish in that top 12 this season.
No. They won't finish in the top 4 for the next 5 seasons.
Honestly, they're just shite. Do you know what, as well, about Arsenal Fan TV? Does anyone else just think it's shite anyway?
Yeah.
A video come up on
It's
Facebook
weird.
before, and you know what they were doing? Was it Robbie, the main one? He was giving people a tenner if they could answer a question correctly against Spurs, about Spurs rather. What? Fucking hell, are you struggling for content, mate?
He was on Sky Sports today.
They get loads of them in. They get loads of them in from.
I know. Hang on a minute. Why is he on Sky Sports? It's just a Mond who shouts at a camera.
They have Rory.
Yeah.
Rory from the Chelsea one was on 5 Live the other day.
Oh, Christ. Maybe we are closer to getting on, like, replacing the Saturday Sky boys than we think.
Well, we had this conversation a while ago, didn't we, about Chunks and Philly going on Soccer AM, and how I think personally that I think the new the broadcasting companies are doing the right thing by getting these social media stars in, because they need to start attracting that younger audience, and they don't want to listen to Matt Letizia or Graham Souness.
No one fucking wants to listen to that knob.
Yeah, exactly. Like, even we don't.
I'm going to make something abundantly clear. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know you're drawing the comparisons. I just compared Burnley to the herpes virus. I'm nowhere fucking near Sky Sports. They are never going to fucking have me on.
Yeah, all it'll take is the people that sit there and try and like scroll through someone's previous history on certain social media accounts, and we'd be blacklisted quicker than you can fucking say.
Why do you think I've been deleting my social medias the last couple of weeks?
I had a big call once. I think it was one of the things I tweeted when I was a lot younger. I was like, what a knobhead I was. Like, why would I say something so stupid?
Was.
Not even that bad.
It was.
Yeah, nah, got that in.
Still saying stupid stuff. Still a knobhead.
At least what I'm saying now isn't potentially upsetting. Well, it might be.
You might have upset Craig David again.
Mm.
Yeah, but he's got loads of money now, so he's all right.
Did you see that,
he hasn't got the IB for gig anymore. None of that for a couple of years.
Craig Davis doing songs with fucking KSI. Like, I'm pretty sure he's okay with fucking scraping the barrel himself.
To be honest, though, again, that's the same sort of level as getting these YouTubers on Sky Sports and stuff. Like, he gets bare views now on Spotify and YouTube.
He's had 2 number ones this year.
To be fair, I take the piss out of KSI. Like, do you know what? There's not a lot of YouTubers I get on board with, but I actually quite like KSI's content. I think he's
I do.
I think he's
We've
I really like him.
long time, haven't we? Like, we used to watch it at uni when he was doing funnies and all of that.
Yeah.
We used to love it.
It's what we grew up on, let's be honest.
Yeah, 100%.
And now he's sat there in his massive house doing these fucking try not to laugh compilation videos. I'm like, is that
he's like living life on easy mode? You don't even need to try anymore.
No, well, it's coronavirus, I guess, isn't it? He can't actually do anything. But like, and it's funny because I hate those videos because you're essentially just getting views off someone else's content. Like these like reaction videos. Oh God, I hate them. It's just a little square of someone in the corner. No, I'll react to a video when I watch it myself. Don't need you to react for me. Just pisses me off. Fuck off. Like that's stealing. That is. You're stealing someone else's content for views. Like, credit them. I hate it. It does my head in.
And on that note, lads, all of us at 4 Man's One Toffee want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas. Please stay safe. Only see your friends on Christmas Day. If you're a pussy. And follow the podcast, follow our socials at We Are 4M1T. Everyone want to say any goodbye wishes?
Well, actually, yes. One thing that we have forgotten to mention at this moment in time is the We Are 4 Manx 1 Toffee Football Manager competition. So we've had this running for a few days now, and if there is ever a easier chance to win a free game, it is probably now, because there's not that many people that have entered. So if you have a go now, you probably might win. So you may as well get your votes in. Follow us on Twitter. Give us a retweet, because this is how these things work. We're obviously doing it to get more followers. That's how competitions work. So give us a retweet. Follow us. You have to be following us in order to be eligible. And if you want to grab yourself a few extra opportunities to make it even more likely that you'll win a competition with so few entries, give us a subscribe on YouTube. go on Instagram, follow us on there, put us in your story, and we might even throw in a glass or a mug or something as well, just to say thank you for all your support this year. We're closing on 1,000 followers on Twitter, which is mental. From a project that we just started because we were bored during lockdown. We never actually thought it would kind of get this far, but we're sort of hacking away at it. And by the time you hear this, you'll probably be chowing down to your Christmas dinner. So get involved and get sharing, and we'll announce the winner very soon.
Please listen to us on Christmas.
There's a 93% chance that you'll win, but then you'll lose. 5% chance that if you lose, then you might actually win. And it doesn't matter because all we ever hear about is the lose. So,
Chris, I want you to outro the Scott Steiner thing that I'm going to send you in a minute. That's got to be the end of this podcast.
Oh, lads, just before we go as well, 1 minute. We'll call it one more minute. Official Dick of the Week for me is Marcus Thuram. And if you don't know about it, a few of you didn't know about it today. Marcus Thuram decided to spit in a player's face in the Bundesliga. Absolutely unacceptable ever, like in any time, especially now in COVID times. Got a
pandemic.
Got a 6-match ban. I think he's got a fine as well. That's not harsh enough for me. He's come out and apologised, but you lost your head, mate. What are you doing?
That's El Hadj Diouf level scum.
Yeah.
Oh.
And when someone spat in Rugel's hair, who was that? That's rank.
Probably El Hadj Diouf.
Wasn't it Voller?
Dirty.
Wasn't it Rudy Voller that did that?
Francesco Totti did it as well once as well, didn't he?
Just dirty. Like
Grin.
It's just a petty sort of looking for a reaction thing to do, and like you don't do it in the best times, like you said, but not during a fucking global pandemic that spreads through.
What goes through your head thinking it's just alright to spit on someone?
Yeah, but then Suarez has bitten 3 people, so we can't say what goes through your head.
Had to get Suarez in. I'm a soft ass. Like, I know I give it the big one. I'm a soft ass. Like, you fucking hell. You say jump, I'll say how high. If you spit in my face, we're fighting. It's just I'd be going up for a ban as well because I'd have cleaned him out if it was me. Like, you can't spit in someone's face like that. It's rank. What are you thinking? I mean, he's my dickhead of the week. If you say anyone else, I'd be fucking surprised. Arteta's close. It's close between Arteta and Thuram. Thuram gets it.
Yeah, I wanted to suggest Jose for the sheer audacity of saying to Klopp's face, the best team lost in that Liverpool Spurs game. No, you didn't, Jose. Shut the fuck up, mate.
And he did it again when they got beat by Leicester. Kind of said the same thing, didn't he?
Yeah, muppet. So, lads, enjoy your Christmas.
Yeah. And you.
And well, we had big plans for the 27th, didn't we, to get into a studio and get some big plans for 2021 mocked up. Nice recorded podcast, and thanks a lot, Bojo. You've ruined that one.
Cheers, Boris, you fuck.
Speaking of that, actually, you need to see this because I don't know if you've seen it. We will go on this. Have you seen what's number 1 in the viral UK charts?
Oh, yes, I did see this.
No.
Boris Johnson is a fucking cunt by the cunts.
Sorry.
Oh, imagine if that wins, they have to announce it on fucking Top of the Pot. It doesn't even exist anymore, does it? Radio 1.
Beating Mariah Carey once again is Boris Johnson is beep.
By the cunts as well. That's a brilliant.